Hello, welcome back to another episode of Somewhere Between a Film and TV podcast. We are your hosts. I am Daniel Parr.
I'm Erwin Trejo.
And number one, thank you so much for listening and watching. Number two, what are they going to do?
They're going to like, comment, and subscribe.
If you're wondering why we're acting so weird at the beginning of this
I needed
video,
boundaries.
yeah, it's because, why? What are we doing?
We're doing our best movies of the year.
Our best movies of the year, and much to the discretion of some people, it is going to be a top 10. I'm sorry.
Yes. Even though we're going to do like top 30, apparently.
I like making top 20s. Every year for movies is always good. If you think that's not true, you should go ahead and watch a couple more things. But
when I've only seen, Sonic 3 and what's another movie that came out this summer?
Have you seen that tweet that was like, oh my god, why would I ever go see a bad movie? I keep my I keep my good movie watching to only good things. It's why I saw Barbie last year and I saw Wicked this year, and everybody was like, the hell are you talking about? But I mean, one of those movies will be on probably both our lists, but
possibly.
Not Barbie, that came out.
Oh yeah.
That's true.
I think that was on my list last year.
I think it was also on mine, I'm pretty sure. Let's get started though. I'm going to ask you, what is your number 10?
Trap.
Oh, shit. Cool.
Yeah.
Why would I quit? I love that movie.
The reason why Trap is part of my top 10
yeah.
is because it's a movie I always think about. I've been thinking about that movie ever since the movie came out.
I think about it a lot,
and
too.
It's something I'm definitely going to own as well. And it's just because I love M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's been making... I loved Knock at the Cabin.
Oh, that's right.
As well.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is about Trap where I love the subtle humor that it has.
It's very funny.
And I love... Oh, what's his name?
Cooper Trap.
No.
Josh Hartnett?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Josh Hartnett in that movie as well. So that's why I had this movie Trap as my number 10.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm kind of just jealous that you have it on there. It's not like there's so much good stuff that came out this year. It was it's like my number 20. Yeah. But that is an incredible movie.
Making the top 10 list was hard though.
Yeah. This was a very hard year. It's always hard though, right?
Yeah.
But
am I right?
Yeah. If you are consistently always erect, there might be
Try
something
this
wrong.
one energy drink that my dad recommended.
No, that's if you're always soft. I love Trap also though.
Yeah.
But
what's your number 10?
No, let's get to your number 8. I'm gonna ask you.
My number 8?
No, up to 8. What's your number 9?
No, why don't we just do one by one?
One at a time?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just funny.
This one just came out.
Whoa, Sonic 3?
I almost put it in my honorable mentions just because I was like, fuck it, great movie. Because there was my honorable mentions like that and Transformers 1.
Okay.
Which I also loved. But this just came out. I loved it a lot. More than I ever anticipated that I would have considering music biopics.
Oh.
But my number 10 is a complete unknown. Starring Timothée Chalamet as Bob Dylan. Okay. And the reason why I told you that I like movies about art. I like art that pushes boundaries.
Yes.
And typically, with biopics, they're so conformist to following a specific type of formula. And not that I have any issue with that, but it gets to a point where you're like, what can we do that's different? And this felt like, as much as it was an homage and a tribute to Bob Dylan's music and the kind of freewheeling man that he is and he was at the time, and being sort of boundary pushing just in different ways. It's kind of funny, like we said in our review, that yes, he shocked the world by playing electric guitar during folk music, and you say that now and that's like, okay whatever, what does that matter to me? But something I miss about musicians is their ability sometimes, and yes, this happens maybe every once in a while, but the ability to shock people with the new stuff. It does get to a point, even with movies now too, like, what can we do that will shock the world? What can we do that's new? It's why, I made an offhanded joke about equating him to Nicki Minaj, but do you remember when Anaconda, of all things, came out? And that, at the point, the music video for it, all of it was considered boundary pushing in the sense of what exactly can we put in our music and what can it contain?
I do remember that. Yeah. I was like, what the heck am I watching?
And yes, every teenage boy remembers it fondly, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, we do. Am I right?
Yeah. Inviting you over at 7 a.m. Like,
hey, we're watching the Anaconda music video.
And then watching the Godzilla trailer. And then the Anaconda
yeah.
video. But my overall takeaway is that Bob Dylan is Nicki Minaj.
There it is. That's what you were talking about.
Yeah, that's why like it made sense in my head until I said it out loud. But I love The Complete Unknown, by the way. I just thought it was so,
that was a great movie.
So great. What's your number 9?
Civil War.
You fucking lied to me.
I did. I didn't think I was. No, I didn't want Inside Out 2.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Really?
It would definitely put it on my top 20.
Okay.
But probably like my very low 20s, though.
But
Civil War, I think, I don't know, something about that movie where I love the fact that it wasn't what the trailer showed to me.
Not at all.
And being how it was just centered around the photographers and how they were dealt with, just like the trauma behind that, and being the ones in that war, and it just resembled a lot of just like how it is nowadays too. And I don't know, it's just something, and I really like the progression and basically how the cycle is never ending too, and just like showcasing that through the other characters in that movie as well.
I don't remember her name, but she was also in Alien Romulus, the actress. Yes.
It's Camille something?
She's great in both of these things.
She is, yes.
The whole cycle, like you said, about I remember she even gets passive about her hero dying towards the end of the movie. Spoilers for this. My bad if you haven't seen it.
Yes.
But I might include a spoiler warning for that. But
guys, there's gonna be spoilers in this review.
Yeah. We'll start clarifying some of them if we're gonna mention something offhandedly.
Okay.
But I agree with you. This was almost in my top 20 because, like, I mean, we keep saying
there was a lot of good movies this year,
and that's one of our most successful reviews too. If you haven't seen it, like, I loved that movie, and I had a lot to say about it when it came out. I agree with you on a lot. The sort of dangers of being passive. It's a lot of people complain about it having no political stance, but that's almost part of the point.
Yes,
is to try and what's your takeaway if you were in these people's shoes? Because they're supposed to be observers of everything and not get involved.
Yes, and
I remember thinking that was such an interesting conflict as well. Up until they have to get involving the Jesse Plemons character.
Oh yeah, that was also terrifying to watch as well.
Who is a great actor, and I'm going to bring up in a second actually, but I
know what your next one is. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I agree with you. I loved Civil War. It's just not on my list because there's so much stuff that came out.
All right, what's your number 9?
Number 9?
Yeah.
Ooh, this is so low. Damn it! It's where it's at. Sorry, guys. Late Night with the Devil.
What?
Incredible though.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what my critique was of it that I gave it 4.5 out of 5. I'm changing that. 5 out of 5. I don't remember what I said that was a negative about it. I thought that movie was phenomenal. I've thought about it every single day since I've seen it. It's haunting. It's creepy. It uses found footage to its full effect, and David Dastmalchian's an incredible actor, and all of it works. I love the old school aesthetic. I love the found footage. Out already. Yeah. I love the found footage VHS look to it.
Yeah.
If anything, I think I just remember thinking that the beginning, like the bookend with the like this is the time period, wasn't necessary, but I still liked it for atmosphere reasons as well. Just in terms of setting up that this is a recorded event.
Yes.
I love that movie. In terms of, I'm very against AI. This movie made waves about that for using it for about 2 seconds. I still can't comment on whether or not that was the right thing to do. I just know that I loved this movie. Yeah. And I'm entirely against AI generated images. Both things can be true.
Yeah, that is true.
But number 8 or
Late Night with the Devil.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I second everything you just said as well. Because I always love talking about horror movies with other people as well, and like what they consider horror and what they love about horror movies. Yeah. And for this year, I always recommend people Late Night with the Devil.
That's true.
Even whenever it came out in the beginning of the year, right?
It came. When did it came?
It was like in March.
It was before we were doing.
It was in March.
Camera stuff, yeah.
Yeah, and I would tell people all the time, go watch Late Night with the Devil. Yeah. It's amazing, and I just like it's what you said about it. Like I loved everything about it, and I think my favorite part is whenever they would cut to like behind the scenes,
That's
like
right,
black
'cause
and white.
It would utilize both things.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was great. It's definitely a movie worth watching if you guys haven't seen it.
No, and that movie on all craft levels, especially for its budget, is crazy. I also love that they retain 80s effects. Somehow it makes it even more tangible in a sense that they have, like, I remember the girl, spoilers, very briefly, I'm not going to spoil the actual, like, twist or anything of the movie, but there's this thing with the girl being shocked by, like, lightning, that the way it looks is very, like, even Ghostbusters-esque, but, like, it looks so effectively creepy. And
especially because like how they utilize the cameras, so it's like it makes it feel like we're watching the TV, and it's just like we're just watching in real time in a way.
No, exactly, and like the way it'll shift aspect ratio. And sometimes that can get grating if it's not done right. But this was so effective in how it played around with everything. But yeah, no, I fully agree with. Yeah, you just have it. You had it one above me, right?
Yeah. Okay. So what's your number 8?
A movie I think is severely underrated, actually. I haven't seen it on anybody's best of list. Kinds of Kindness.
Dude, I was thinking about it. I was thinking about it.
So underrated and so great. That movie is phenomenal. All three of the, I'm not going to call them sketches, but the intersecting stories.
Yes.
I remember that's another movie. Profound impact on me. It was weird and dark and funny. Willem Dafoe's amazing in it.
Yeah.
Jesse Plemons is incredible in it.
Yes.
She'll show up again later. Margaret Qualley's amazing in it. I just remember everything about the movie was really effective. It was sort of it was kind of a play on this intersection of power between people. And I remember, if I had any negatives about it, I think it was that the second story was a little bit not definitive in what it was about, but I still remember thinking it was great. I loved that movie. If you haven't seen it, which I don't know if a lot of people have, I highly recommend it.
Yeah, or a lot of his other stuff though too.
Yeah,
I still haven't seen Sacred.
The Killing of a Sacred Deer.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of really anything he's done, it's not like Poor Things. Oh, Emma Stone's amazing in it.
Yes.
And I just thought it was all so great, and I do want to watch it again. I think it's on Hulu. But yeah, I loved it. I loved it a lot. You're number
7?
Number 7.
We Live in Time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for romance movies.
Yeah.
And this is definitely one of the best ones that they had this year. And for me, Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh as a couple in that movie, fantastic. And then seeing like their inner struggles of like, it sounds like what a relationship, or like in their point of view, like how they want their relationship to be and how their life, what they want it to be, and they definitely showcase that through their ability throughout like the whole movie as well. So I loved seeing that dynamic.
I remember thinking We Live in Time was great. I didn't really consider it for anything on mine.
Yeah, I mean, I guess whenever I'm thinking about my top 10 best, I always like to think like, all right, what movies to me are like that stood out to me this year that I'm like, I would want to watch again right away. Yeah,
I remember really liking the way it was edited in terms of the back and forthness of everything. But I remember also like it got to a point where it kind of caught up with itself to me with that. But I do think it's a really great movie. And I remember thinking that Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh are amazing in it. It was not heavily marketed for some reason.
No.
And
it was only talked about because of the ugly horse.
Oh, yeah.
For a while.
I think it's a testament to A24's marketing that even Andrew Garfield was like, I think the only reason why anybody saw that is because the ugly horse went viral. That was your number?
That was my 7. So what's your number 7?
A movie I loved a lot. It's very high on the list. I want to clarify this.
Oh.
Wicked.
That's number 7?
Yeah, it's number 7. Yeah. It was higher.
Guys, I'm going to start crying.
It was higher, but you wait until you hear my other ones. But
dude, I can't even look at you. I don't want to look at you.
It doesn't even make any sense. I
feel wicked.
I gave this a 5 out of 5 when it came out. It's in my top 10.
I don't care, dude. I'm pissed.
But what?
I don't
thought this movie.
I don't want to look at you.
I thought this movie was incredible. I thought on the production level, on the musical level, as someone who kind of kept trash talking it before it had even come out, it proved me wrong. I think that Cynthia Erivo is incredible in it. So is Ariana Grande. The music is unbelievably good, and
Are you done?
Everything about it. So
I feel like I'm listening to your top 10 worst.
What? I just said only positive things. What's your number 7?
6.
What's your number 6?
Challengers.
I was supposed to be really mad if it was Wicked.
Challengers.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Oh, you're upset?
Yes, I'm upset.
Yeah, you get used to it, pal.
Number 6?
Yeah.
Okay, why?
I love the marketing for this movie where people thought it was gonna be a whole movie where it's just a threesome the entire time.
They just kept showing them when they're on the bed over and over. Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this sells, and definitely did.
I mean, it absolutely did.
I never thought I would care about tennis, and I did. I love Zendaya in this movie. I love the 2 other actors. I can't think of their names. Josh O'Connor's.
Mike Face.
Yeah. Both people who look like mouse people, apparently.
I even said in our review that one of them looks like Remy.
Yeah, I think it was Josh O'Connor then.
Yeah.
But everyone did a great job, and then like the sound editing in that movie is phenomenal, and the techno music as well works so well.
Oh, you changed your mind on the music? Yeah. I remember what you said about it when it initially came out.
Yeah. Well, now I like it. We can change our minds, okay? So you should probably be waking up more right now.
If it helps, I didn't understand anything.
I said you should move Wicked up now, so change your mind.
The only reason why it's where
Dude,
it's
I don't
at
care.
is
I don't care.
because
I'm
whatever.
pissed. What's your number 6?
A movie that should be on everybody's top 10 list, I think, Anora, is incredible. I loved this so much. It was basically a fusion of like Uncut Gems and Pretty Woman, and I loved this a lot. I love that the first act was sort of a play on a sort of Cinderella story, and the second act basically became Uncut Gems while they were looking for the guy. And the third act, I think, has a very profound message. I also think that this movie's ability to be very funny and very sad is also very hard to pull off. I love this guy's stuff, this director.
Anora's really good.
Yeah. I thought this movie was perfect, and I loved it a lot.
All right.
Your number, 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Furiosa.
Oh, hey, we're getting close in terms of all of our stuff.
I love the first Mad Max Fury Road movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen the first Mad Max movie as well, but and then I've seen Happy Feet. So everything by George Miller right now.
By George Miller.
Yeah. But Furiosa
Babe.
itself, it kind of makes me, I do regret not watching Mad Max Fury Road in theaters.
It's going to be in theaters again next week.
Let's go. So I'm definitely going to go watch it again, or watch it the first time in theaters.
Yeah.
And so watching Furiosa, it definitely gave me a glimpse of how I'm going to be watching Fury Road again.
Like inside of a theater. It's like sound setting.
And I love Furiosa so much because it reminds me of like how movies are sometimes like spectacles and like an experience. And seeing this movie and how the action is utilized, and like seeing the character Furiosa and like what drives her from how she was taken to all the way where she basically meets Mad Max, and then later on in the movie for Fury Road was definitely something that I'd love to see. And Chris Hemsworth did a great job as well.
He's incredible in it. Like in a just world, this movie's also getting Oscar attention. I know why it's not. This movie also didn't perform that well.
Yeah.
I think people forget that Fury Road didn't either.
Yeah.
Just give it time.
Yeah.
What was that, your number 5?
Yeah.
Oh,
what's your number 5?
I think I know where this is going to be at in yours. Just sort of like processing this. My number 5 is a movie that just came out. I loved it a lot, though. Top 5 is entirely justifiable. Nosferatu.
What? Dude. I don't believe you.
Yeah, it's right there.
Dude, I'm going to start crying.
I don't want to show you this.
Dude, I'm going to start crying.
I thought this movie was perfect.
You said it was number 5.
I have such an attachment to our top 5 in terms of, if I asked you if like any of you were so red, if you
dude, I'm sad.
If you thought but like you just wait until you listen to my other ones. But like,
dude, I don't want to. Are you sure that's your number 5?
Yes.
Why?
What do you mean why? You just cut me off and didn't let me explain.
Yeah, I don't want to hear it.
Why did you ask me? Why do people do that?
Why you're projecting, my guy? Dude,
This movie's atmosphere is unnerving. It has an incredible performance by Bill Skarsgård. It's incredibly well shot. I think that Lily Rose Depp is amazing in it. Nicholas Hoult is amazing in it. All of it works. All of it's phenomenal.
I don't want to do the top 10 anymore. I don't want to play this anymore. I thought
Story
it also me before. Like, I'm like, oh, I'm excited to do
I
this.
don't want to play with you anymore.
Ooh, that pisses me off. Continue. I'm sorry.
It makes you mad that Nosferatu is my number 5 in my top 10 best movies of the year.
Yeah.
I should show you that video I saw where somebody had like Gladiator 2 and Challengers, and Nosferatu all as their worst.
What?
I know.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe I would have been pissed.
It was a different video where he's, like, everybody was getting mad and they were like, "What are your worst?" And then it was this guy. I don't know if you've heard of Mark Kermode. He's a British critic, and then he was like reading off some people's worst, and he was like, "Nosferatu."
Yeah.
Which
I saw some people on Letterboxd where it's like, I guess somebody that follows me gave it a 2.5. I was like, what?
Bullshit. It's like, I don't know, because I've seen some people say like, "Oh, it's not doing anything different or like new," but I mean, it's so compellingly well crafted and beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, what do you mean something new? Like majority of movies and shows. Yeah, good luck with that.
No, like try and find a new story to tell. Yeah. Good luck. Yeah. Your number what? 4?
4. Substance.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be respectful, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, dude. I'm still recovering from what you just said earlier. That's all.
And yet, the way I'm reacting is I'm quietly getting upset.
Dude, I'm so mad right now. I can't even. Oh.
The Substance is your number 4?
Yes.
Why?
What? What? Because there's some other movies that I loved more.
Why?
Oh, really?
Yes, really.
Dude. Oh!
We even said, if you like watch our worst, we're pretty cordial, but we knew this was going to happen.
Guys. Okay. Substance. I love this movie. I saw... Daniel told me about how great the reviews were, so I was already excited about it. And so when I sat down and watched the movie, I didn't expect to come out of that theater loving it as much as I did now. It's definitely one of the movies that I tell people about that, at least from this year, where I'm like, it's just an unexpected movie. Just go in with no knowledge whatsoever, and you'll come out loving it.
I was caught by that trailer when it initially come out, that I was like...
The idea was great. I love that idea of utilizing some like type of like cosmetic surgery type of thing.
Yeah.
And basically changing who you are, but then having like this internal battle with literally yourself. And it kept like, I just love the ideas that were involved in that movie so much.
In terms of like a lot of the definitive stuff of what it's about and like body image and everything, it has a lot to say. And I do think that, like, I'll be talking about it in a little bit.
Yeah.
But
what's your number 4?
A movie that I thought was phenomenal. And I mean, from here on out, you know what? I think I put like everything top 10 I thought was like perfect. In Challengers, I thought was so great. Like everything you said, it's just higher on mine because it should be. But like,
dude, I'm the way that my toes are right now, just like scraping my shoes. And I was like, just ready.
What are you gonna hit me?
I was gonna grip something real quick.
I thought everything about this worked so well.
I agree with you.
The tennis matches were phenomenal. The way, like, the final, you call it like a duel. It's crazy. But it's
a duel is just I'm playing a tennis match.
You just have this amped up tension. I don't know. We talked about, I forgot what movie. Oh, We Live in Time. The ability to cut back and forth. This one bounces back and forth.
Great job.
Literally like a tennis match. It's so effectively well edited. If anything was even a second longer or a second shorter, it wouldn't have been as effective as it is. I wish I saw that it got a lot of Golden Globes attention. I wish it'd be getting more like Best Picture, Best like performances.
I agree, yes.
But everything here worked. It had a tinge of humor in it that I thought was very funny, and all of this movie, I thought it looked beautiful. I remember thinking that it had a very filmic look in terms of making everybody look like really sweaty all the time.
Oh yes,
and I thought this was phenomenal. I thought like. Absolutely, this is one of my favorite.
Also, their relationships with one another too.
Yeah, the power play stuff that they do with each other, which Kinds of Kindness in a way, I guess, has a similarity in that sense. But just in terms of the like, I've seen a lot of discourse about this movie in particular, not even in terms of the movie itself, just the way the characters act.
Yeah,
everybody seems to have their favorite and their least favorite. My challenge to you is to realize that everyone in here is a bad person, and they're effectively all playing the game at their own level.
Yeah.
It's just some people are more obvious about it than others.
Yes.
And I think that's so great. You could watch this with a different person and get a different reaction from them based off of who like their favorite person is in the movie, essentially. But that's my number 4.
Okay.
What is your number 3?
Wicked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Guys.
I know what your number 2 is. I figured it out. Okay.
Guys, Wicked
is wicked.
It's wicked, bro. I've listened to the music like every week. Every week or every day or every other day. I hear the songs every day from even from like social media and everything because people still talk about it. I mean, it just came out a while ago, but
I mean, yeah.
Either way, I'm a sucker for musicals. I'm excited for the new one. I don't know. I never knew I would be so interested in that world of like what's it called?
Oz,
yeah. All that stuff. I never knew I would be so excited about it, and so that's why it's my number 3.
I remember that movie doing such a phenomenal job of world building, and just all of the stuff. Because I gave it a lot of shit for like looking not great in the trailer.
Yeah, we weren't as excited.
No, you can go back, and look at how often we were like, great.
Well, here we go. We're gonna go watch Wicked, and it made my top 3,
and it's in my top 10.
Okay.
That was my number 3.
Yeah.
Right?
What's your number 3?
This movie's awesome. Again, I wish it was on more people's list, but it's my list, Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. I was so quiet when you had it at number 30? But like...
Dude, we're doing top 10. Doesn't make sense. It was number 5.
You put it on your top 50 bottom.
It was top 5. It was top 5.
This movie rocks. It's so good. It's essentially an epic told through like a chapter form, and you're basically following somebody's tumble through a world that is so desolate. And Fury Road is such a great companion piece to this as well. This movie feels so hopeless, but then at the end does have a sense of following a Fury Road hope at the end. That I like when movies...
it's also a revenge story.
Yeah, when they actually get revenge at their end of their movie. Whenever it's like, oh, no, we learned a lesson. Might as well not do it. No, she fully commits to what she wants to do. The imagery's beautiful. The action.
The color.
All of it is so orangey, or... There's so many...
Deep blue.
That, too. That, like... It takes Fury Road's aesthetic and amplifies it to a comic booky degree. It's a different type of story. We were talking about... I think it was that Lord of the Rings movie. That's nowhere near. Yeah, that movie was okay.
The way I was gonna put that in my disappointing too.
Really? But that movie was told like a folk tale within the context. So is this, but this one quite literally is, because there's a narrator that's talking to us as if Furiosa was a character within her own story. Which, I mean, like, that makes sense, of course, and also it's right there. I just noticed.
Yeah.
But this movie worked for me on every level. I loved the way it looked. I know some people had some issue with that. I thought that was so on purpose in terms of looking a bit more fantastical in a sense.
Fantastic Beast?
That would be nowhere near... that came out like last year, I think, or 2 years ago. Those movies are all disappointing. Except for the first one. I like the first one.
I like the first one.
But yeah, Furiosa is phenomenal. Not a lot of people have seen it. If you haven't, and you saw Fury Road... This, to me, I don't know if this is like sacrilege to say, it's as good. I thought that...
I say it's as good, for sure. It's just one of those movies that you have to see it in a theater first. Like, same thing with Fury Road.
100%.
It's just an experience. It's like going on a roller coaster. That's how it feels.
Not even in the sense of like, oh, there's nothing beneath it, but like, oh, I mean, it's a fun ride. No, it's more than that. I think that it is a roller coaster. Has one of the best action scenes I've ever seen in the middle with the tankard stuff. Yeah.
But George Miller just knows, like, he loves this world.
Yeah.
And it definitely feels like he put so much, like, sweat and tears into, like, everything.
And he quite literally did. Everybody's always talking about how they were bleeding on the set of these movies, sweating, crying. There's so much passion clearly put into these. And I think Chris Hemsworth gives like an Oscar level performance in this. I wish, like, that makes no sense. They would never ever give him that. And
he does
I think he's so good in it. Yeah. What's your number 2?
Nosferatu.
Okay, so we do have the same number 1. Okay.
Yeah, I saw your number 1.
Yeah. I mean, go fucking figure.
All right, guys. Nosferatu.
I mean,
dude, Nosferatu. I don't know what else to say about that movie. I just talked about it earlier.
He bounced in a gothic style.
No, not that. I would never say that. I love the director, Robert Eggers.
Yeah.
And so I was already expecting to love this movie, and I did, and I love it even more after.
Yeah.
So
I want to see this again, like in an ideal setting for me. Please.
Me too. I want to watch it again
because maybe I'm gonna say that you got mad at where I put this, but honestly, it might have been an environmental thing for me. I saw it with not a great crowd and just people that like.
I mean, it still made it to your top 10. So
I mean, still, yeah, but you know how sometimes maybe something influenced, like how I talked about how Sonic 2. I was like, I think I hate this movie, but this was so great despite everything going on around me. That I fully agree that you having it there. I mean, like I think the top 10, top 5 was such like a close.
Yeah, that's true.
I want to clarify that right now. This list is so interchangeable. This could be different tomorrow.
And I could see that happening.
Yeah, my number 2 is so good. I loved this movie so much. The Substance.
Oh, is the way you said it too. I was like, The Substance.
Yeah.
It's like that guy in the movie.
Oh, yeah. He's like, the way the guy talks.
It's like, The Substance. It's
like,
damn, my rooster going at it again.
Don't disrespect the balance.
Yeah.
It's like so good. I loved everything about this.
Oh, I loved whenever he would say, it's basically you.
Yeah.
I love that too.
No whenever she's like, she disrespected the balance. She's like, don't disrespect the balance. That's so great. This movie is freaky. It's like, we talk about what we define as scary. I have a huge thing about body horror. So this was very, very effective for me in terms of, I would not want this to happen to me. Like if we were like putting ourselves in other characters' shoes, the other one I guess was super scary. It was so close to make my top 10 was Terrifier 3. Just in like, do not put me near that man.
Yeah.
But don't ever put me in a situation.
Leave me here, nowhere else.
Because I thought this was so great. Everything you said, the concept, it feels very like Twilight Zone or Goosebumps episode in the best way possible in terms of me.
And the theme song for Goosebumps as well.
Because when people say Goosebumps episode, we mean that as a compliment. Sometimes other people don't.
Yeah, we love Goosebumps.
Yeah. I thought the performances here were insanely well done. I love gore sometimes, but like
I'm not a big fan of gore, but I love that movie.
Yeah.
The way they utilized it. That's what
because the third act of this is so insane. French in terms of how it's directed by Coralie Frajat. This movie is also hilarious. Some people say like, why is it shot that way? Or like sometimes there's clips out of context. I mean, because it has a clear style. This movie's campy in the best way possible in terms of being effective with some of its over the top stuff. And I love it. I loved all of it. I thought it was scary. I thought it was really gross in the best way possible. As gross as some of the actual effects are and stuff, the stuff with the shrimp is the grossest probably.
Yeah. What's his name? Dennis Morgan? No.
Dennis Quaid?
Dennis Quaid. I don't want to say Morgan.
Who is Dennis Morgan?
Me watching Dexter.
Dexter Morgan. It's like my mom watching Dexter. What's his name? Dennis?
Denise?
Speaking of a certain man named Denis, we have to have the same number 1.
We do.
We do?
No. We do? We do. We do too.
What is it?
Dune 2, guys.
Dune Part 2. We have the same number 1.
That's fun. I got a glimpse of his real quick, and I was like, I think we have the same number 1.
We always say this. Every fucking year, we consistently disagree on so much of our top 10, and then we always have the same
I think the
1.
worst ones are for sure, like, from 8 till 2.
Oh, yeah.
2, 9 and 10.
I thought we were going to be like, why is that your number 9? But no, it was like, why is that your number 5? What's to say about this that hasn't been said though?
I still watch either like TikToks of Dune 2.
Yeah.
Or I've seen that's the only movie this year where I've seen it at least 3 times. I saw it 3 times. Just because especially for a movie that's like almost 3 hours long, it lasts. It's just something about it. I just love that director so much.
I do too. Everyone on here is like on elite level status though.
For sure. And I think the reason why I just love his movie so much is because it's just one of the few directors that can just tell a whole story through images.
I think Dune 1 is definitely a quieter movie.
Yes.
Dune Part 2 is explosive in the final half of it for sure.
Yes.
Because there's so much tension in terms of watching someone who's becoming a self-proclaimed messiah and kind of destroying everything around them. this movie's another one of the like the he's so me that he's kind of misunderstood
yeah.
in terms of what people even
Exactly.
think Paul is.
Yeah, when they compare him to like Anakin Skywalker, to who else? Aaron from Attack on Titan.
It's very much a downfall of a character in terms of being consumed by everything around him, being told. It's kind of interesting, actually. Timothy Chalamet's in both my number 1 and my number 10 about being told who you're destined to be, basically.
And he's like, no, I get to choose.
Yeah. In this one, he's like,
silence!
One of the best movie moments.
That scene alone, all those scenes, and like during that time.
Once that scene happens, and then the rest of the movie happens, you're essentially like taken to another plane of existence for the rest of the movie. It's one of the most beautiful looking things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
When he walks up to the crowd around him and he like lifts the knife up.
Oh, that's great.
It's very much a trailer shot, but this movie just existed on another level to me. Like, we talk about how there's a Return of the King sometimes that like we want to exist. This is very much in that realm of existence.
They're doing Messiah, right?
They are, yeah. Which is going to be interesting when that comes out. It's a very mixed, I'm not going to call it a mixed bag, but the mixed reception to it because I've read it.
Yeah. I keep hearing about that.
Yeah. Depending on how he adapts it, people are either going to be big fans of what you're watching or they're going to be not big fans of it. I'm going to tell you that right now. Like, it could have a Last Jedi reaction for sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because it's so divisive in terms of what it does. But I feel like this makes it very clear that Paul is like not the Messiah people want him to be. The movie makes it very clear. Some people have issues with that with the book, parsing that out. But the action's great. It's not like you don't go for that, but there's so much of it, and it's all really well done. This time it's because I think about what they improve on in part 1 is this feels more blunt towards the other characters. Austin Butler had a breakout hit with that.
Amazing. Zendaya is also in this one too. Great.
In this.
Florence Pugh was also.
Oh yeah, they're all over.
I mean, then again, Denise. He said that he was just trying to get a bunch of actors, like well-known actors, during now
that are like rising
stars in these movies. So I'm excited to see what he does next and like who else will be added to this franchise.
Austin Butler was also great in The Bike Riders, which I don't think anybody remembers, but we even reviewed.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, we have the same number 1. I know that they postponed the Batman again, so hopefully Greg Fraser can until like 2027.
Oh yeah.
2027. Why did I remind myself of that? But
oh my god!
But
when did the Batman come out?
2022.
Shoot, 5 years.
I know.
Why did they postpone it? Do you know?
Couldn't even tell you.
Oh,
but I know that Greg Fraser was not going to work on Messiah to work on that.
Yeah.
I hope he comes back now for this. But what a great year, huh?
Yeah, what a great year. I got angry a while ago, guys.
I kept my thoughts to myself.
No, you didn't. Your body language said a lot, so I think we're good. That was body horror.
Did you know that one of the best movies of the year is Nora, guys?
Dude, that wasn't even your top 2.
Top, what, 7? Number 6?
Yeah, I think it was 6 or something.
Just in case, I still want to address a couple of my honorable mentions again.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
I do, yes.
All right, fine, me too.
Okay. The Wild Robot's awesome. See it if you haven't. Terrifier 3 is so good. Inside Out 2 is
Inside Out 2 is great, yes.
I wanted to try and fit this somewhere in there. Deadpool and Wolverine.
Love Lies Bleeding. That was great.
Wait.
Guys, Nora.
Okay.
Long legs.
Oh, hey, long legs for
Guys,
me too.
long legs. That was great. Oh, that one was hard for me not to put on my top 10 though.
I saw the TV Glow, which you had a different reaction than I did.
Alien Romulus.
My number 21.
Yes. Oh, really?
Yes.
Dang. And then mine says A Complete Unknown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you didn't have that in your list anywhere. Gladiator 2, Hitman.
Oh yeah, Gladiator 2.
Hitman was so great. Good. Smile 2.
Oh, Smile. Dude, I saw the movie again.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's amazing actually.
Yeah.
Like that's another one stuck with me.
Yeah. It's one of those movies where it's like it just surpasses the first one so much.
In every single way.
Yeah.
Trap. Trap is awesome.
Trap is great.
I am jealous that he has that on his list actually. There's just so much great stuff this year. And let us know what your favorite movies of the year were.
Yes, let us know.
Do
you disagree with us?
Probably.
Dude, I was mad. I don't know the way I'm going to comment down there and say, why is that there?
Why is Wicked in your top 10 best when it should be in your top 5 best?
Dude, I didn't think that was that low. No, the Nosferatu
that low.
one.
It's at number 5.
Nosferatu got me, dude.
It's at number 5.
The way I was even right now it makes me want to cry.
Jesus Christ.
Whatever.
Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. What are they going to do?
They're gonna like, comment, and subscribe.
Please do. What a great year, guys.
Yeah,
Thank you
a great year.
so much for also supporting us. This is probably going to be
Yes.
either our first thing of the year or our last thing. Either way, it's been a really great year for us. This is our
Yes.
first year doing this, and we really want to express gratitude. And thank you guys for even watching like a second of anything we make.
Thank you guys.
Yeah. Honestly, it's been really cool. We started doing the camera stuff back in like May with Furiosa as our first thing.
Oh yeah, that's
And
true.
we brought the podcast back for
Yeah.
Dune. So it's always been thank you. Thank you a lot.
Thank you guys.
We hope to grow and expand as the year goes on next year. So thank you and stay safe
Stay safe. Why?
for the new year.
Oh yeah, because whenever we hear their best movies, I better not see ones I don't like.
Yeah, or else everyone's going to come to your house and start throwing eggs at it.
Basically.
Robert Eggers. So
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Well-
you have the bones on it.
what are they going to do?
They're gonna like, comment, and subscribe.
Please
Somewhere.
do. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. We will see you next time. What's up next?
Dude, I don't know.
I know what's up next.
Oh, what is it?
Squid Game Season 2, which I've starting to pick up steam. I hadn't heard anybody talking about it, but now people are talking about it.
Oh, really?
I've heard it's
Okay.
really good.
Okay, cool.
And
Cool.
if you guys are mad that we haven't seen some stuff, The Brutalist is not fucking here.
Yeah.
it
It
doesn't.
sucks how some movies don't have or not
Yeah.
anywhere near us. So
And people always like our area's like, oh, Austin's known for the film scene. Where?
where, guys? Not even we live near Austin. There's
Yeah.
nothing.
But if you want to get mad at us, like, why wasn't that? Because we don't have time to see everything.
Yeah,
I've
that's
heard
true.
I've heard DD would go on my list. I just haven't had time to watch it.
Oh yeah, I remember
Yeah.
you wanted to watch
I
that.
really wanted to see that. I even rented it. I just never started it. But if there's anything that comes up that like I said, this list could change every day.
Yeah.
But thank you guys again. What's your list? And do you disagree with us? Do you disagree with him?
Please, I know you disagree with him.
With him?
Dude, Wicked? No.
Wicked
Nosferatu? No, dude.
He's
I'm
getting
already
mad at
pissed.
he's getting mad at list.
I mean, I
my
understand
top 10.
Honora. I get it.
My number 6.
Yeah, I get it.
I don't get why you have it where you have it, but
Bro, it's my list.
then why are you getting mad at me?
I don't know.
Mikey Madison was awesome in that movie also.
Yeah, she did a great job.
Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Probably clearly not good enough a job. Thank you. We will see.
Well, clearly Bill Skarsgård didn't do a great job, huh?
Hey man, he was in my number 5. That's still
Whatever.
higher than where you had it. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. We will see you next time.